The following presentation is part of Retro Sports Network's continuing lunchtime replay from Pro Football 78. And a very good afternoon from Houston, Texas, in the Astrodome, where the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 10-1, take on the Houston Oilers, who are 7-6. We have no weather. We're indoors. It's a beautiful day in December. It could be completely crappy outside, but we're indoors. Who cares? The Oilers will go from right to left, and they will kick off. Pittsburgh has won the toss. They are 10-1 on the year. They cannot clinch anything today. They cannot clinch the division as Cleveland won their game this week. They cannot clinch a wild card spot but they know that they're probably going to be in the playoffs. The Oilers, on the other hand, have to win. There are 5 teams in the AFC with 10 wins. 10 wins is going to get you in the playoffs. Houston is already at 6 losses. So the best they can do is finish 10-6 and hope. So that's a situation for Houston. If we're going to get the AFC Championship rematch, Houston's got to win. A Pittsburgh win will end Houston's Super Bowl aspirations. OG at the doctor's office listening there. So that's what we got for you. An announcement before we start. We'll have a formal announcement for next week's games, but I can tell you that we will, for the first time, have a Pro Bowl. I don't know how I'm going to make those teams, but we will have a Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl. It'll be played after the Super Bowl, probably on the 26th. Well, we'll get the date. We'll figure it out. But someone out there has ponied some stuff up, and he wants to see a Pro Bowl. And so, not sure when that will happen, or we can make it formal, but we will have a Pro Bowl, which you'll see Earl Campbell there. But will you see Earl Campbell in the playoffs? We're about to find out. Larry Frisch is ready. Anderson is back for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's in white. He stands on his 8-yard line. The kick is away, and we are underway. Taking it to 4, to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets a boost across the 35. Stemrick with the stop at the 36. That's Larry Anderson with the return. And that's how this one starts. The Steelers 1st and 10 from their own 36. I can't see a situation where Pittsburgh doesn't make the playoffs, but we're not going to get into how seeding and all that. So let's meet the Steelers. Terry Bradshaw is your quarterback. Rocky Bleier is the fullback. Franco Harris is the lead back. John Stallworth is on the near side of the field. Pittsburgh going left to right. White jerseys, black numbers, and helmets. Yellow pants. Len Swan is your other wide receiver. He's on the far side. And Randy Grossman is your tight end. Bleier off tackle left from the 36. And he gets to the line of scrimmage before Elvin Bethea makes a tackle right there. They doubled Randy Grossman, and they got they got Rocky instead. Sam Davis, the left guard, could not make the block. John Call, by the way, if you're going left to right, is the left tackle. He's very good. He's a 9. Sam Davis, who did not make the good block, he's average. He's your starting left guard. Mike Webster, the all-pro, all-world, all-everything center. Jerry Mullins is the right guard. And Larry Brown is the right tackle. 2nd and 10. Pitch to the left, but there's a flag down.
Full start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard
and that's
penalty.
on Mullins.
Repeat, 2nd down.
So the Pittsburgh offensive line has made 2 bad boo-boos in the first play and a half. Again. Pitch to the left it's a busted play. Bradshaw barely got the snap. He runs it back to the line of scrimmage in another yard. Why Houston's playing a nickel or a prevent on 2nd down, I don't know. But Bradshaw gets a yard, spotted at the 32. They've tried twice to hand it off to Franco Harris and had nothing happen. 3rd and 14. Jim Smith is the third receiver. He stands up there with Swanee. So Stallworth on a medium slant. Bradshaw looks. He rolls to his right, throws across to Stallworth for a first down. Stallworth gets it to midfield. Although spotted at the Pittsburgh 49 last week in their win against San Francisco, Stallworth had 5 catches for 90 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Steelers from their own 49. Just the start of the game. And so Blyer back in. And for the 3rd time, we're going to try a pitch left to Harris. This time the snap gets off. Harris tries to find a hole into Houston territory. Stemrick with a tackle. Greg Stemrick for a gain of 7. Spotted at the Houston 44. Let's meet the Houston defense. How you doing, Al? Elvin Bethea is the left defensive end. Houston plays a 4-3. He's a 9 out of 10. Curly Culp, that tackle's pretty good. He's a 9 as well. And Steve Baumgartner, who also doubles as a linebacker, is on the right defensive end. There are injuries for Houston. Robert Brazil. Brazil is the left outside linebacker. He's the best Houston defender. Greg Bingham's not too shabby himself. He's on the left inside. Steve Kiner is the right inside linebacker, and he's had several good games in this replay for Houston. And I haven't called him Ralph yet. Ted Washington is the left outside linebacker, or the right outside linebacker. Craig Stemrick is the left corner. He's already made a couple tackles. Willie Alexander gets to cover John Stallworth as the right corner. Bill Courier is your free safety. And Mike Reinfeld is your strong safety. And so you've met everybody, at least for that. And it's an off tackle left for Blyer on 2nd and 3 from the 44. Blyer reaches for the first down, sticks, and he's got it. Kiner with the tackle, give Pittsburgh a fresh set from the Houston 41. So the goal for Pittsburgh is don't get hurt and win the game. They cannot win the division next week. Cleveland has a winnable game next week too. So the AFC Central will come down to the last week of the season. Swan on a medium slant. Bradshaw to throw it. He licks. He throws it over the middle. Swan has it inside the 30 to the 25. Stemrick with a tackle at the 25-yard line. So give Swan 16 yards on first down and give Pittsburgh a first down. So Bradshaw 2 for 2 for 33. Harris sweep left from the 25, and he gets across the 20. First down and more. What a block. John Kolb is the one that opens up the big hole, but Franco Harris now gets over 1,000 yards on the season. And the 60,000 here at the Astrodome grudgingly give congratulations as it's flashed on the scoreboard. It took Harris 313 carries to get it, an average of 3.2 per carry, and 8 touchdowns. So Kiner makes a stop at the 13-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Al, Red Sox fan listening from work. Poor Al. Played the wrong team last night. He was doing a Braves Blue Jays from his 78 one-and-done series, and he played the Braves all the way through until last night, and it came back to bite him. So congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. I don't know who they play in the Final Four, but if you told me that the Atlanta Braves would have contended for anything in 1978, I would wonder what's in your little baggie there. So 1st and 10 from the Oiler 13. And Blyer will go trap right. And he's going to get to about the 11-yard line before Ted Washington makes the tackle. 2nd and 8 for Pittsburgh from the Oiler 11. And if you're wondering about a field goal from Gorella, it's a coin flip here. And we're even indoors. And we want to know what's coming up on the OG's channel, which I'm sure I won't be able to pronounce right anyway, because I couldn't remember how to say open fire. Good thing that little Echo disc next to me didn't respond. 2nd and 8 from the 11. Franco Harris on the draw. Bradshaw gives it to him. Harris doesn't get a block. Houston tightens up. They actually keyed Harris, played for the run, and blitzed. And it's a loss of 2. So it's 3rd and 10 for Pittsburgh from the Houston 13. They'll have to throw it. And Harris wants a breather. No, they're not going to give Harris a breather. They will go 3 wide. Stallworth, they need 10. On a short hitch. Bradshaw to throw it, and he overthrows Stallworth. And so Pittsburgh is going to be limited to a coin flip field goal. It was a short little hitch, and it was incomplete. So out comes Jarrella. Ball at the Houston 13. We're talking a 30-yard kick. Webster is the snapper. Colquitt, the Steelers punter, will hold, and Jarrella's ready. Good snap, good hold. There's a flag down. The kick is to the right. It's no good.
Holding offense.
And it's a hold on Pittsburgh. So it wouldn't matter anyway. It was on call. So the Oilers defense bends, but they don't break. They give up 56 yards. But the Steelers can't convert. So out come the Oilers. From their own 20. Dan Pastorini is the quarterback. Tim Wilson is the fullback. Earl Campbell, the defending Heisman Trophy winner from Texas, is the big running back. Let's see. Stellar is the new download that drops, or maybe Stellaris. So when I get done with taking the roomie to all of her appointments, I will stream that. So the OG will be streaming later today. And Al says he should have brought in a lefty to face Roland Office. Oh well. You gotta get in that Braves bandwagon. Stellaris, okay. So look for some Stellaris on the OG's channel. And Al will stick voodoo dolls in his Bobby Cox doll. The wide receivers, Mike Renfro, who can never stay healthy, is on the far side. And Ken Burrow is on the near side. He sits up on the left of Pastorini. The offensive line for Houston. Greg Sampson is the left tackle. Ed Fisher is the left guard. Carl Mauck, M-A-U-C-K, is the center. Conway Heyman is the right guard. Morris Towns, the right tackle. And Mike Barber is the tight end. And he looks a lot like Clint from Lazy Game Reviews. Greetings. So Campbell, sweep left on first down. And he gets across the 20. He'll get a couple yards before White makes the stop. Dwight White with a tackle. And it's 2nd and 8 from the Houston 22. Tim Wilson, trap right from the 22. Gets it. Waits for it to get across the line of scrimmage before Jack Ham knocks him down after a gain of 3. At the 25. Let's meet the Pittsburgh defense. L.C. Greenwood is the left defensive end. Pittsburgh plays a 4-3. Mean Joe Green is one of the defensive tackles. John Banisic. He's not usually their starter, but he's filling in for an injury. He's on the other side. With Dwight White, the right defensive end. Jack Ham, the left outside linebacker. Jack Lambert, who ate broken glass before that picture was taken, is in the middle. And Robin Cole, whose name is Mud in Cleveland, is the right outside linebacker. Ron Johnson, the left corner. Mel Blount, the right corner. The safeties, Donnie Shell is your strong safety. And Mike Wagner is your weak safety. 3rd and 5 for Houston. Short cross to Mike Barber. Pastorini looks around. He throws, and there's a flag down. Wagner's hurt, and he's done.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 7, 10-yard penalty, loss of down.
All right, so Pastorini threw it to nobody in particular, and that drew the flag, so Houston's forced to punt. But Tony Dungy will now play the rest of the game at free safety. And because it matters this time of year, Reiner is the only... Wagner's out for a week, so he'll miss the Week 15 game. Cunningham, Dwight Furness, and Gaines are not available for the Steelers, and Reiner for Houston. So Houston forced to punt. Cliff Parsley will punt to Theo Bell or Rydershon. He stands on his goal line. And something's going to happen here. The crowd's booing. Pittsburgh will field this at midfield. The ball is knocked loose and covered by Mean Joe Green. So Pittsburgh will recover. It's a short punt of 37. And Terry Bradshaw and company come out from the Pittsburgh 48 following the fumble recovery. Randy Rydershon returned for no gain, and he fumbled it. So Franco Harris will try the trap left on 1st and 10 from the 48, and he gets to the 49 before Elvin Bethea makes the stop. 2nd and 9, no score, halfway through the first quarter. Houston and Pittsburgh from the Astrodome in Houston, the 8th wonder of the world. Blyer, sweep to the near side from the 49, across midfield, and that's it. Bingham knocks him down right on the middle of the derrick on that helmet. So Blyer, 4 carries for 6 yards, and it's 3rd and 8 for the Steelers. Randy Grossman on a short hitch. Bradshaw to throw it over the middle, and Grossman just dropped it. He tried to tuck it in, and it hit the turf. And so for the second time, Pittsburgh's going to have to punt. The Steelers' offense has been very good. Writer's tip, you should never say the word very. The Steelers' offense has done its job. They average 348.5 a game, and the defense has allowed 276.4. Ralphie Boy says, I love the chalkboard on this game, but it sure is wonky. On the rare plays, Ralph, it really is. It really is. About once or twice a game, I'll have a play where I have no idea what's going on. But for the most part, it works pretty well. That Ralphie Boy, are you a Honeymooners fan or a Christmas Story fan? Because careful, if you get that BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out with it. Craig Colquitt stands to punt. Coleman's and Merkins back to return for Houston, and they're going to let it roll from inside the 5. Houston hopes for a touchback. Good punt. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it rolls dead at the 2. So a punt of 48. Colquitt does a fist bump as he goes back to the sidelines. 5:56 first quarter. No score. Campbell. Well, they're going to go 2 tight end with 2 wide receivers. Campbell says, I want a pitch to the left. So that's what Pastorini does from his end zone. He gets it out to the 5, across to the 7. And that's Dwight White with a tackle there. It's a gain of 5 for Houston, 2nd and 5. Wilson comes in. Barber and Rucker are the tight ends. Burrow, the lone wide receiver. Wilson says, I'll take an off tackle left. And the handoff from Pastorini to Wilson gets across the 10. And it'll be 3rd and 1 with White making the tackle. So Houston, when they loaded it up, got out of their end zone. And Campbell will do a trap to the right on 3rd and 1. Goes to the far side, gets a first down across the 15. And it's a gain of 6 as Dennis Winston makes the stop. And Pastorini now has room to operate. So Bum Phillips brings in a more conventional 2 wide receiver set. and Houston was able to run 3 carries for 15 yards to give Pastorini some room. That's how much you have to respect the offensive or the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You just got to give them the room. Pitch right for Campbell. On 1st and 10 from the Houston 17, Campbell gets a block. He gets across the 20. Banasek with a tackle at the 24, a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 for Houston. Good series so far. 4 carries, 22 yards. And as Al says, remember to hit that like button. And subscribe if you haven't. So Renfro on a medium slant on 2nd and 3. Houston trying to keep the Pittsburgh defense honest. Pastorini rolls right, tries to find Campbell, and Earl says, I just run him. I don't throw him or catch him. And so it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Houston. Clock stops with 2:58 to go. Okay, well, if you aren't going to catch him, then run a sweep to the right. And so Campbell gets a sweep to the right from the 24, and he will not get the 1st down. L.C. Greenwood stops him after a gain of 1, and it'll be 4th and 2 from the Oiler 25. And so Parsley comes back out to punt. Bell and Rydershaw back to return for Pittsburgh. Parsley gets this one away. Good punt. Taken at the 30 by Pittsburgh, 35-40. And the Steelers will set it up at the 39-yard line as Theo Bell makes an 11-yard return. A 47-yard punt return of 11 with 2:15 to go in the 1st quarter. It's Pittsburgh nothing, Houston nothing. So as Al would say, this 1st quarter has been a slop knocker. Bradshaw wants to throw it. Slant to Swan is the call. Bradshaw back. He looks. He has time. He tries to find Swan, but he threw it high. And Swan left and couldn't get it. So Bradshaw shakes his head. He's 2 for 5 now. 2nd and 10 for the Steelers from their own 39. Harris with a sweep to the left, far side. Gets it to... No, he won't even get back to the line. They'll give him forward progress to get to the line, so it's technically 3rd and 10. But Steve Kiner with his 4th tackle. And Pittsburgh's in danger of going out on just 3 plays. Grossman. Short hitch. Bradshaw looks and he's fumbled it. Brazil with the fumble. Brazil with the sack. Brazil with the fumble. And how about a return by Bingham? It's a turnover, and Houston gets it at the 34. The first turnover of the game comes in Pittsburgh territory. Let's watch it on the replay. Bradshaw's usually very good at picking up the blitz, but this time he wasn't. They got to him. You really couldn't see much there, but Greg Bingham picks it up. Brazil gets credit for the sack, and it's 1st and 10 from the Oilers from the Pittsburgh 34. Pastorini looks at Renfro. Medium cross on 1st and 10. He's back. He's got time. Not anymore. He doesn't. L.C. Greenwood waited his turn and got to Pastorini. It's a loss of 6. Spot it at the Pittsburgh 40. So 2nd and 16 for the Oilers. Campbell on the fullback dive from the 40, and his legs move 4. Jack Ham with a tackle, and that will be the last play of the opening quarter. After 1, it's the Steelers nothing, the Oilers nothing. This is Retro Sports Network, and thanks, Ralphie. We try. It's kind of like Avis. We try harder. So 3rd and 12 for Houston. They are in Tony Fritsch field goal range at 20%, and that only works for Patriot kickers. Let's see. So 3rd and 12. Wilson on a short flat is the call, and that's going to be fumbled, deflected, and intercepted by Lambert. Now, or not. All right. I'll read this as is. It's Houston ball, 1st and 10. Okay. We just praised the chalkboard, and now we got lost by it. So Pastorini with a 3-step drop. Short pass to Wilson. Tipped by Winston. Intercepted by Lambert at the 35. He's across the 40, 50, but he's hit. The ball is on the ground, and Sampson recovers for Houston. Let's watch that on the replay, because I couldn't tell what it was. So anyway, it's 1st and 10 for the Oilers from their own 42, and that counts as a double turnover. So there's Pastorini. It was caught and then fumbled and then who knows what. Or intercepted. All right, Al, we're not going to wait for you, but we'll see in a minute. So Al got tired of that description. So it's 1st and 10 from the Oilers. They get a fresh set following the double turnover at their own 42. Wilson will sweep it to the right on 1st and 10, and he gets a bit of a block. He gets it to the 45 before L.C. Greenwood knocks him down. So technically, Dan Pastorini is 0 for 3 with an interception, because that counts as an interception and a fumble. 2nd and 7, 9 carries for the Oilers for 35 yards. Campbell, pitch left to the near side from the 45, gets a block, gets it across midfield, but he's just short of the marker. So it's a gain of 7. Campbell 7 carries, 32 yards, and if Houston is going to win, they need a big game from him. He's just short. Dwight White with the tackle. Triple tight end set. Campbell, Burrow, and Barber. Campbell. Off tackle left. On 3rd and very short. He's got it. It's a gain of 2. Jack Lambert with the stop. Spotted at the Pittsburgh 46. 13 minutes and change to go. First half, Houston in their love you blue jerseys with white numbers and red trim. Red with white helmets. And I don't think they had the red face mask in 78, but close enough. Short slant to Mike Renfro is the call. Pastorini has time. He's got Renfro inside the 40. First down 30. 25-20. 15-10. 5. Touchdown Houston. He went all the way. The first pass of the game for Houston that's complete. Scores 6 points on a 46-yarder to Mike Renfro. And you can hear the crowd running around and singing, Houston Oilers, Houston Oilers. Let's watch on the replay. He wasn't blitzed, but Renfro just got in that secondary and found a seam and got the point. So here's Frisch for the kick. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. Tony Frisch hits it. And with 12:42 to go in the first half, the first points of the game go to the Oilers. They lead 7-0. Frisch gets the kick away, and it's very short. Taken at the 18 to the 30, 35-40, 45-yard line. It's Anderson, one of the upmen, in a 28-yard kick. They'll spot it at the Steelers 45. Knopf gets the tackle. So Harris and Blyer still the running back. Swan and Stallworth the receivers. Randy Grossman the tight end. Pittsburgh white jerseys, black helmets with the Steeler logo only on one side. They had the black face mask in 78 with the black block numbers and yellow pants. So medium hitch to Swan on first 10. Bradshaw wants to move it. Now he's got his scramble, and it's a good one. Curly Culp with the tackle at the 48. They played close to the vest, Houston did, a 3-4 with a key on Harris, and Bradshaw did not decide he did not want to make a mistake and just carried it himself. 2 carries, 4 yards. Now Franco Harris off tackle left from the 48, and he gets to midfield before Kiner makes the tackle. The ball in the middle of that Oiler logo on midfield, which I love the field, but that logo was never there. The Oilers decorations were there. The Houston and the Oilers with the AFC logo, that was more of a late 80s thing when they changed the carpet after they redid the Astrodome. 3rd and 5, the things you remember, you know. 3rd and 5, Bradshaw at midfield, wonders what he's going to do. Screen to Franco Harris is the call. Harris goes to the near side. Bradshaw throws. Harris has it, and he gets the first down, and gets to the 40 down the sideline. Then with a tackle after a gain of 13. They read it right. Houston blitzed, but Stemrick missed the tackle, and Franco Harris was able to run down to the Houston 37. So 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Clock running, under 11 to go in the first half. And now Bradshaw is 3 for 6 for 46 yards. Trap right to Blyer from the 37, and he gets it to the line of scrimmage and 5 yards in total as Curly Culp makes the stop. 2nd and 5 for the Steelers. And they've not run it all that well. 13 carries for 35 yards. That's only 2.7 a touch. 2 turnovers for the Steelers, 1 for the Oilers. And 2 of those turnovers came on the same play. Harris, trap right, 2nd and 5 from the 32, gets across the 30, and he fumbles the football. Ted Washington knocks it out, but Rocky Blyer falls on it, and it'll be 3rd and 2 from the Houston 29. So it's a bunch of butterballs today for Pittsburgh, but they don't turn it over. So 3rd and 2 for the Steelers. They are barely in Jarrella range, like a 22% chance, but you're looking at, 46 yards. Not what you want. 2 tight ends set. Stallworth out. Mandich joins Grossman. Swan, the running back, or the wide receiver. And they're going to do an end around to Swan. Shh, don't tell Houston. Trick play here. Swan on the end around from the 29. Gets across the 20. First down, 15-yard line. Reinfeldt makes the tackle at the 14 after a gain of 15, and that's the longest run of the year for Lynn Swan. Chuck Knoll, who you get to watch it on the replay. Chuck Knoll, who was as meat and potatoes as you could possibly get as a coach, puts the C in conservative, tricks the Oilers, especially at this end of the field, and gets 15. So 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh on the Houston 14. It'll be about 8 minutes to go once we snap the ball. Here in the half. Harris on a dive from the 14, and he gets his legs moving to the 10-yard line before Robert Brazil makes the stop. 2nd and 6 from the Houston 10, and there's now 8:01 on the clock. 7 plays, 45 yards, and they've taken 4.5 minutes. And with 27 runs already registered on the board, the clock in this game have moved along quite fast. Stallworth comes back in. Sweep right. Trap right to change plays. This time to Blyer from the 10 on 2nd and 6. There's a flag down. Let's give Blyer 3 yards.
Holding offense. Number 52,
but it's Webster. Penalty. Mike Webster with a hold. And they'll spot it now at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 16. They don't need a touchdown for the first. They can score. They don't need a first down for the touchdown. Or the other way around. I stopped and I still said it wrong. They don't need a first down. Never mind. A 2nd and 16. First down is at the 4. Draw to Franco Harris from the 20-yard line. And he gets it to the 15, to the 10. That was the right call. Greg Bingham with a tackle after a gain of 10. Kennard with a big hit, but Harris broke free with it and found a seam. So 9 carries for 37 yards for Franco Harris. And Greg Bingham has his third tackle. So it's 3rd and 6 from the 10. Short cross to Lynn Swan. Bradshaw to throw it. They pick up the blitz. Swan has it, and he will score. It's a touchdown. He's danced across a couple of Houston defenders and found the end zone. That's 26 for Bradshaw and 9 for Swan. And Houston doubled Swan, so it was even a bigger play. And so Pittsburgh gets on the board. Jarrella with the extra point. It is up. It is good. And so with 6:18 to go in the half, it's Pittsburgh 7, Houston 7. This is Retro Sports Network. And they will return it. Johnny Durden is the return man. 1 yard deep. Jarrella got a big boot on it. And Durden takes it from the 1, 10, 20, 25, 27. It's a 28-yard return. Oldham with the tackle. And with 6:14, Houston starts from there. Tim Wilson on a short flat from Pastorini on first down. That's complete at the sideline. 30, 35, first down. Ham will knock him out of bounds at the 40 on the near sideline. And it's 1st and 10. So 2 for 5 now is Pastorini for 59 yards. So give Houston the ball at the 40, first down. And the 7-7 tie. Campbell, trap right. Handoff from Pastorini across the 40, 45. And Campbell, he's just a bowling ball. He broke. Robin Cole had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and Campbell worked out of it. John Banasek will get credit for the tackle, but not before a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 for the Oilers. Clock running, under 6 minutes to go. Wilson. Trap right. And Pittsburgh read that all the way. Banasek stopped him. They played for the run, and they played for Campbell, and they get a no gain. 3rd and 1 for the Oilers. 5:10, clock running, 2 tight ends set. Rucker is in there with Barber. Campbell says, well, just give me a trap. I don't care what direction. So they'll trap it left side, near side for you. Campbell gets the first down, and about 2 more to boot. 3 told altogether. They keyed for Campbell. Jack Lambert was right there, but Earl, 10 carries, 46 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Oilers from the Pittsburgh 48. Under 4 minutes to go. Kenny Burrow. Short slant on first down. Pastorini back to throw, and he threw into trouble. Now, Elsie Greenwood is hurt. That's who you saw going towards the Pittsburgh sideline, and he's done. He's done. So it is Johnson. Ron Johnson? No, he was already in. Anderson. Fred Anderson now plays that left defensive end, and that is not a household name, not even in Pittsburgh. It's all right, Dave. 7-7, 3:45 second quarter. Clock stopped. Sweep right for Campbell. He's going to the Pittsburgh sideline. From the 48, gets to the 45-40. First down and a little bit more. Jack Ham makes the tackle after a gain of 12. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Houston from the Pittsburgh 36. If Pittsburgh wins, I don't want to say they clinch a playoff spot. 11 certainly helps their cause, though. They can't clinch the division. Houston, with a loss, is done because there are already 5 teams Well, actually, I take that back. Yeah, there are 5 teams in the AFC with 10 wins. They're probably all going to the playoffs. Houston can't get there. That would give them their 7th loss. So Campbell and Wilson in the backfield. Burrow and Renfro, the wide receivers. Barber, the tight end. Short hitch to the tight end Barber on 1st and 10, and that is deflected by Donnie Shell, incomplete. 2:51 on the clock, 2nd and 10, ball on the 36. Tony Frisch has a 20% chance of hitting from here. Campbell, pitch left side. Nope. Pastorini is going to call an audible. Screen to Campbell. Pastorini blitzed, and there's a forced fumble. Shell forces the fumble, and there's a mad dash for the football, and Towns will keep it on a 5-yard loss. So there's a fumble. Pastorini fumbled it. Donnie Shell with a sack, and then there was all sorts of things you can't describe on a family-related channel happening. Biting and scratching and all sorts of flea dips and all that. And in the end, Houston recovers it, but it's 3rd and 15. 3 wide. Rich Castor comes in as the 3rd receiver. Campbell will come out. Rob Carpenter comes in. He will split out as a wide receiver. He's up there at the top. Pastorini out of the gun. Carpenter. Medium cross. Pastorini has time. Now he doesn't. He runs to his right. He looks. He doesn't have anybody. That was intended for Carpenter, but he's lucky he didn't get called for another intentional grounding penalty. So 2:04. They are not in field goal range, and so Houston will punt. And Mr. Parsley will try one from the sideline. Sage and Rosemary not back to return. So this will take us in time to the 2-minute warning. He gets it away, and it will be, it wasn't really a sideline punt. Theo Bell lets it roll dead at the 8. So that's where we start. 2-minute warning. Houston 7, Pittsburgh 7. This is the home of the playoffs and the Pro Bowl. This is Retro Sports Network. So let's see what Pittsburgh decides to do, whether or not they are content to run it out or what they'll do here. I forget. I think Houston gets the kickoff to start the 2nd half. Flyer off tackle left. Nope. They're going to blitz, and Bradshaw's going to try Blyer on a screen from the 2. And it's complete to Blyer to the 5, 10, 15, 1st down, 20-yard line. 11-yard gain. Baumgartner tipped it. And Blyer got it anyway. Rocky was just such an all-purpose back. First catch today, 11 yards. And so now they'll have it from the 19. They have all 3 timeouts. Swan on a medium hitch. Bradshaw to throw it. Bradshaw looks. He dumps it down to Harris. Incomplete. Baumgartner got back to Bradshaw and made the hit. Baumgartner, the defensive end. A better one probably would have had Bradshaw wrapped up. Clock stops 1:08. 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh. And they'll bring out the 3rd receiver in Smith. Swan. Medium hitch. Bradshaw under center. Looks. Throws. He's got Swan at the 35. 1st down. 40. Stemrick with a tackle. A gain of 21. Timeout called. Pittsburgh will take it with 59 seconds left on their own 40-yard line. Jarrella is not a good kicker. And so ideally Pittsburgh wants 6 as opposed to 3. Jim Smith. Short hitch on 1st and 10 from the 40. Bradshaw rolls to his left. He throws across the field to Swan, but Stemrick with a hit, and it's a drop for Swan. Stemrick timed his defense perfectly, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. 7-7, Pittsburgh and Houston here at the Astrodome. For the Oilers, they can't lose again this year. Their next loss ends their season. If it's in the regular season, it's virtually, and of course, when we get to the playoffs, it's absolute. Short cross to Randy Grossman. Nope. Screen to Franco Harris. Nickel blitz for the Oilers. Bradshaw picked it up. He rolls. He tries to throw it back to Harris. Incomplete. So 36 seconds left. 3rd and 10 from their own 40. Yeah, the guy that did these, I don't know who did these fields, and I never want to take away someone who's made stuff for the game. Creating content for this, for any game, takes love and such, but this one's one of the few ones that's off. So Grossman, short cross is the call. Bradshaw back to throw. He waits, and he finds Grossman at the 49. Reinfeldt with an immediate tackle. It's a gain of 9, and Pittsburgh is just going to be content to run out the clock. 4th and 1, and that's it. Houston will get the kick. We've played one half. Pittsburgh 7, Houston 7. And so let's take a look at the scoring summary. Pastorini, in his first completion in the game at 12:42 in the second quarter, hit Mel Renfro. Extra point good. It was 7-0. And then Pittsburgh, with a 6:18 to go in the half, Bradshaw to Swan after a sustained drive to make it 7-7. Both teams have run the ball well. Both teams have struggled in the air. But Bradshaw has a rating of 103.7. Harris, 9 carries, 37 yards. Campbell, 11 for 58. And Swan already has 3 catches for 47 yards. So Houston will return this at the 8-yard line. It's Johnny Durden, Davis, and Johnson the upman. Pittsburgh going from left to right. Durden from 1 yard deep will return this. Second time he'll return it from inside the end zone. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 39-yard line. No flags. Jack Ham with a tackle, and Johnny Durden gets a bunch of pats on the back as he goes to the sideline. Houston starts after a 40-yard return. Long cross to Kenny Burrow. Pastorini looking, rolls right, throws over the middle. Burrow has it at the Pittsburgh 40. It's a flag down. Blount makes the tackle.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense.
Oh, boy. And so Blount reached around after Burrow made the catch and tried to twist his neck. And so it's a 25-yard catch and throw a 15-yard penalty on top of that. And that is back-to-back 40-yard plays. 1st and 10 from the Oilers from the Pittsburgh 21. Campbell and Wilson, the running backs. Burrow, who just made that huge catch, rubs the back of his neck. 1st and 10 from the Steeler 21. Campbell. They're going to blitz. Audible to Wilson on the screen. Pastorini throws to the near side to Wilson, who's got it at the 27, 20, 15. He takes a seam. Cole knocks him down after a gain of 8. And so Tim Wilson's a pretty good receiver and turns that lemon into a big old glass of lemonade. 2nd and 2 from the Steeler 13. Campbell will sweep to the right. And he is stopped right there. Jack Ham with a loss of 2. And so it's 3rd and 4 for Houston, but they're already in deep field goal range. Pittsburgh was playing for the pass. Huh? So they need 4. Again, 2 tight end set. Campbell Off tackle left from the 15. Needs to get to the 11. He does. Inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. Campbell gets a touchdown. The Oilers go back out in front. And the blue and white pom-poms are ringing all over the place. That's a big one. And that's the 11th for Campbell this year. And so Frisch comes out for the extra point. And he's got it right through dead center with 13:05 to go in the third quarter. It's Houston 14, Pittsburgh 7. Frisch boots this one away, and it's going to be taken by Bell at the 9 to the 20, 25-30. A gain of 22.
Receiving team.
But Anderson makes the illegal block for Pittsburgh. And it will be spotted instead at the 14-yard line. So not too bad of a penalty, but that's 4 for the Steelers for 44 yards. And again, they trail 14-7 following the Campbell touchdown. Harris will sweep it to the left. That's the far side on the first play, and he gets it to the line of scrimmage before Elvin Bethea knocked him down. Houston ran a kitchen sink blitz. They blitzed 4. Didn't help them, but they blitzed 4. 2nd and 10 from the Pittsburgh 14. Flyer. Off tackle left. Instead, it's a screen to Harris. Bradshaw will audible. Looks for Harris. And that is deflected by Jeff Bingham, and Bethea intercepts it. Bethea gets some yardage. He's tackled at the 7 after a return of 6. So Elvin Bethea intercepted a screen pass. What are the chances of that? 0.2? Oh, no. 3.4%. If I look at the play analysis there, which you can see, a 3% chance of an interception, and when you add the Houston defense, it goes down to 0.02. They were playing a basic 3-4 run and had Harris keyed. How about that? So Houston continues in their week of potential upsets. They'll have it 1st and goal from the 7. 2 tight end set. Wilson. Off tackle left on 1st down from the 7. Wilson gets it to the line of scrimmage. Well, actually, they give it to him at the 5. Pittsburgh thought Campbell was going to get it. Bum Phillips said, no, let's do Wilson instead. And Jack Lambert gets his 3rd tackle. Houston has actually done a good job on offense this year. They've averaged 23.7 a game. The defense, 21.2. But they're only 7-6, but they're knocking on the door here. 2nd and goal from the Steeler 5. Under 12 minutes to go. Pitch left to Campbell is the call to the near side. Campbell has it at the 10, the 5, and he scores. So Campbell got hit by Banasek, but he fell forward in the end zone, and that's a touchdown. So that's his 2nd in the game and his 12th of the year. With 11:27, Houston now has Pittsburgh behind the 8 ball. Frisch with the extra point. It is up. It is good. And so it's with 11:27 to go in the third quarter. It's Houston 21, the Steelers 7. And Pittsburgh will return this from 2 yards deep. Frisch boots it away. Good kick taken in from the end zone to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Larry Anderson just ran it right up the gut, got a good wedge block, and is hit by Poole at the 30. It's a 32-yard return. So 11:20 to go, third quarter. If you're the Steelers, you're not worried yet. You know how good you are. In Cleveland, they are rooting for Houston. So Bradshaw on 1st down. Short slant to Randy Grossman. Houston blitzes. Let's see if they pick it up. They do. Grossman, 1st down at the 40. He gets to the 45. Flag is down. Stemrick with the tackle at the 49.
Holding offense, number 72.
Oh. But the right guard, Mullins, held And that's a 29-yard change. So instead of a first down at midfield, it's 1st and 20 for Pittsburgh on their own 20. Flyer on the draw on first down, and he kicks it out to the 22-yard line before Steve Baumgartner makes the tackle. That's his first. 2nd down and 18. Harris on the screen. I'm going to try this again. Bradshaw has time. He finds Harris behind the line. Harris gets it to the 25. He gets it across the 30. It's a gain of 9. Courier is hurt for Houston, and we'll be back. I believe Whittington is the free safety. I believe that's the change. So it's 3rd and 9. It's not as dire for Pittsburgh. Stallworth. Short hitch. Bradshaw looks to his left, looks around, throws it to Smith, the third receiver. Now, Wilson is hurt, and he'll be out a few plays. Johnson comes in as a nickelback. And so Pittsburgh is forced to punt. 10:06 to go, 3rd quarter. Houston up 21-7. Craig Colquitt comes out. Stands on a 16. Gets the ball away. Taken by Houston at the 28. Across the 30. Flag is down.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 15-yard
And it's Curly Culp on the call. And so it goes back 15. Merkins. Guido Merkins. First time I've called that name today. Where's Bubba Husky? That's his favorite player. Just ask him. So it's 21-7. Houston starts this drive at 9:59 to go in the 3rd quarter from their own 14. Campbell and Wilson, Burrow and Renfro, and Barber. So it's the starters. Excuse me. With Pastorini at quarterback. Pastorini 4 for 10 for 92 yards. Campbell will sweep it to the near side on first down, and he gets it to the 15 before Dwight White makes the tackle, a gain of 1. And it's much too early for Houston to be killing clock. I would think Campbell, 15 carries, 77 yards, and 2 scores. They got to move the football. Burrow on a medium slant. Pastorini back, he waits, he throws, and Cole gets a piece of it, incomplete. They rushed him, and Robin Cole got a piece of the football. So it's 3rd and 9 for Houston from their own 15. So Rich Castor comes in as the 3rd receiver. He's put down there by the Houston sideline, the near side. Castor, they need 9. Going to try a medium cross. Pastorini back. He has time, and he completes it to Castor down by the sideline. And the ball is loose. Tony Dungy makes a fumble, and Donnie Shell recovers. So Pittsburgh gets one of the things they need, the turnover, and Houston has turned it over twice now. And so they start from the Oiler 30. Bradshaw gets lucky. So Castor made the 15-yard catch, and that's and then Dungy and Donnie Shell combined for the tackle and the fumble. Swan, a medium slant from the 30. Houston blitzes. Bradshaw waits. He finds Swan at the 15. 10-5, touchdown. A one-play drive. That's exactly how you draw it up on the playground. Bradshaw knew the blitz was coming. They had 3 people blitzing him. They doubled Swan. Man, so everything was kind of against Pittsburgh to go, but they've done this 1,000 times, and for Bradshaw, that's touchdown pass 27, and for Swan, it's touchdown catch number 10. 4 catches for 77 yards, and Jarrell is out for the extra point, and it's good. So with 8:55 to go in the 3rd, it's 21-14 Houston. So Jarrell will kick. And this one will not be returned. It was 6 yards deep. So Houston starts from their own 20 8:55 to go in the third quarter. 21-14. Wilson off tackle to the left. And he gets it to the 22 before Mean Joe Green makes his first tackle of the game. Clock running, 2nd and 8. Campbell wants to sweep to the right side from the 22, and Pittsburgh says, please do. And Anderson will stop him after a loss of 3. Spot it at the 19. They keyed on him all the way. And that's going to be the tough part for Houston down the stretch. Everyone knows where the ball is going, and this defense is good enough to stop it. So 3rd and 11 for Houston. Again, three wide receivers. Mike Barber on a medium cross. Pastorini back to throw. Pittsburgh gives him all day. He finds Barber for a first down. He gets to the 35. Shell with a tackle after a gain of 17. Spotted at the Houston 36. Clock running. A one-score game. 21-14 Houston. Campbell on the dive from the 36. And Pittsburgh had that one stepped out. The ball is loose. Blount has forced a fumble. And Dwight White has it for Pittsburgh. And so Pittsburgh forces the turnover. That's Houston's 3rd. And they have it at the Houston 35 with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. Watch it on the replay. Campbell that was just a jolt. Blount just jolted it out of there, and White fell on it. Dwight White with a turnover recovers the fumble, and the Steelers are in business from the Oiler 35. Harris. Trap left side. 6:47 to go. 35-30. First down and more. Kiner with a tackle after a gain of 12. 6:33 to go. Clock running. 1st and 10 for the Steelers on the Oiler 23. Stallworth. Short slant. Bradshaw has time. Looks, throws it down to Harris instead at the 20. He runs it down to the 15 over the middle of the field. Bingham with a big hit at the 16. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. So the Steelers now have more net yards than the Oilers, 219 to 200. 3 catches for Harris for 29 yards. On 2nd and 3, off tackle left to Blyer from the 16, and he tries to reach for the first down. He's held a yard short. And for Steve Kiner, that's his 8th tackle today and 100th on the year. And we go under 5 minutes here in the third quarter. 3rd and 1. 2 tight end set. Bradshaw calls his own number all the way, waits for the blocking to clear, and he gets his big mug across there, and he's short! He is short! Oh, my goodness, and they're going to go. I mean, there's only a 50-50 chance here of making this. They're going to go. Harris on a dive. They're going for it. They're going for it. Everyone's lined up for it. Harris gets his block, and he gets it to the 11-yard line. He needed about 4 inches. He gets 2 yards. And so Pittsburgh has it 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Pittsburgh does not need a first down. Does not need the touchdown for the first down. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Again, 2 tight end set. Mandich and Grossman there. Swan, the lone wide receiver. Pitch left to Blyer from the 11, and he can't get around the corner. Bingham with a stop, and it's right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the Oiler 11. And yeah, defense. Defense. So 2nd down and 10. Houston hanging on here. They lead 21-14, under 3 minutes to go. They go back to a conventional 2-wide receiver set. Grossman on a short slant. Bradshaw has time. He waits. Grossman's got it at the 2. He's got it at the 1, and he scores. And so Bradshaw now has 28 touchdown passes on the year, and the Steelers have caught right back up. So Jarrella for the extra point. 2:25 to go in the third quarter, and it's straight true and good. We got ourselves a shiny new ball game. It's 21-21. This is Retro Sports Network. So back is Durden. Jarrella will boot this away. Pittsburgh's just that dangerous. Kick is away and taken by Durden at the 1 to the 10, 15, 18. Oldham with the tackle, and that's where Houston starts. And so now Pastorini's got to figure out a way to integrate the football here. Both ends, 6 for 13 for 124. But Pittsburgh has been keying on Campbell. They've got to find a way to win without Earl Campbell being the only one to do anything. 2:20, still a full quarter left, so plenty of time. Burrow on a short slant. And Pastorini is flushed, and Banasek will knock him down at the 15-yard line. It's a loss of 3. Banasek gets his first sack of the game. Pastorini's been sacked 3 times today. So second down and 13 from the 15. Campbell on the dive. Does he get any blocking? Not really. He gets across the 15. Robin Cole will tackle him at the 18. So next week, 2 games for you. The requested Minnesota at Detroit Saturday special. And then probably the AFC West Championship game. Probably. Because it'll be the 10-4 Kansas City Chiefs and the 10-4 Denver Broncos. Tuesday and Thursday next week on Retro Sports Network. Third and a long 10. So Mike Renfro will try a medium hitch to him. Pastorini looks around. He throws. He's got time. And Renfro dropped it. Goodness gracious me. He was open by himself. He had a first down, and he dropped it. And so the Oilers, with 4th and 10, will punt. Parsley sends back at his 3, gets it away. Pittsburgh will get good field position. Bell at his 38 gets it across to the 46. I'll say 37 and spot at the 45. So it's a gain of 8, and that's where Terry Bradshaw and company line up. 1st and 10, 44 seconds left, third quarter. Sidney Thornton comes in for a series to replace Franco Harris. And Thornton will get one off tackle right. From the 45, legs move. Baumgartner makes the tackle at the 48, and that is the end of the third quarter. The score. Got a good one here. It's Pittsburgh 21, Houston 21. 1 quarter left of week 14. And Dave, I did get your email. I'll respond to it later on this afternoon, bud. All right, 2nd and 7 for the Steelers. Fourth quarter. Pittsburgh, of course, still going left to right. White jerseys, black numbers, black helmets, white pants, or not white pants, yellow pants, and the Steeler logo only on the one side. 2nd and 7. Short slant to Stallworth. Bradshaw looks around and kind of got a piece of it incomplete. Brazel, it was off his hand, but he couldn't hold on. Not enough stick him. Curly Culp actually gets credit for the hurry. But David kind of gave it away. We will be doing a Pro Bowl this year. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we will be doing a Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, and you can't skip out on it. Date and time to be determined, and location. So Curly Culp with the second hurry, 3rd and 7 for Pittsburgh, and Grossman, short slant. Bradshaw looks, fires. Grossman's got it. First down inside Houston territory, 40, almost to the 35. Reinfeldt knocks him down after a gain of 15. 1st and 10 for the Steelers from the Oiler 37. So Pittsburgh driving, clock running. Thornton. Trap left from the 37. Cross the 35. Kiner with the tackle at the 32. 2nd and 5. So that's 2 carries, 8 yards for Pittsburgh, or for Thornton. Excuse me. 26 carries for the Steelers today. They've run it 26 times for only 94 yards. Houston's done the job. But it's those 3 turnovers and the lack of passing that has hurt the Oilers. 2nd and 5 from the Oiler 32. Flyer will sweep it to the left. And he goes to the far sideline and then gets nothing as Elvin Bethea knocks him out of bounds after a loss of 2. So 3rd and 7 for Pittsburgh from the Oiler 34. They are not in field goal range. Clock stopped, 13:13 to go. How lucky is that? In a 21-21 time. The Oilers sent 3 on the blitz, and that's one of the reasons why it worked. Stallworth. Short slant. Bradshaw back to throw. He looks, he's got time. He's got Stallworth open to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Stallworth outran a gaggle of Houston Oiler defenders, and he gets the touchdown. And so that's the 4th touchdown pass from Bradshaw. And Stallworth now has 2 catches for 51. And the Steelers go up 27-21. And so 13-13 was a lucky time for the Steelers. Girella's extra point is up, and it's good. So now that steel curtain has got to make do. 13:03 to go in regulation time. The Steelers jump up 28-21. And Durden will take a knee 6 yards deep. So here's the scoring. It's been 1 1/3 quarter. Houston got up 21-7 thanks to 2 Earl Campbell touchdown runs, the first from 15, the second from 5. And then Terry Bradshaw went to work. A 30-yard pass to Swan, 11 yards to Grossman, and right now 34 yards to Stallworth. And Bradshaw is 13 for 22 for 203 and 4 scores. And I'm sorry, 1978 was not 7 years ago. So Houston starts from their own 20. Pastorini trails by 7, 28-21. Wilson. Trap right on first down from their own 20. And he gets to the 24 before Anderson makes the tackle. That's 2 for Fred. And it'll be 2nd and 6 from the Houston 24. Campbell sweeps one to the right is the call. Handoff from Pastorini. Campbell gets a block, but only really a yard, and the ball is loose. Ham has knocked it loose, and Tony Dungy recovers it. No way indeed. And so Campbell has fumbled it twice. Let's watch it on the replay. It was a handoff, and Campbell got to the line and kept his legs moving. But Jack Ham, kind of with that punching motion, got the ball out, and Tony Dungy fell on it. Ball to Houston 25. So, medium cross to Stallworth. Pittsburgh's going to try a 1-play drive. Bradshaw has time. He looks. He's got Stallworth at the 9. Stallworth scores. Yep, that's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. And right now, Pittsburgh was down 21-7, is about to go up 35-21. Terry Bradshaw has had himself a day and a half here. And maybe today he can spell cat without the C and the T spotted for him. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. And so Pittsburgh now has Houston in a jam. 35-21. Bradshaw now 14 for 23, 228 yards, and 5 scores. Durden. Yeah, what a turnaround is right, Ralphie. Durden from the 3. 10, 20. Crowd likes it 30. Spot it at the 32. Johnson with a tackle, a gain of 29. And it's Pastorini. He's got to figure this out. It's not over. But they can't grind clock anymore. Mike Barber. Short slant. Pastorini. Pittsburgh blitzes. Safety blitz. He finds Barber at the 41. First down, 45. Donnie Show makes the tackle at the 47. And that's what Houston has to do. They've got to figure it out. 2 catches for Barber for 32 yards. Wilson on the screen. Pastorini waits. He finds Wilson behind the line of scrimmage. He gets to midfield into Pittsburgh territory. First down. Jack Ham. And Renfro's hurt again. Renfro's always hurt. He's limping out. He'll be back in a few plays. Rich Casper joins Burrow as a wide receiver. 1st and 10 on that 13-yard play. So back come the Oilers. Campbell. Pitch to the far side on 1st and 10. And Fred Anderson knocks him down to the line of scrimmage. So even when they have to pass, Campbell can't do anything. He's met 20 carries for 77 yards. He has 2 touchdowns. Pastor. Short cross. Pastorini back to throw it. And Castor's got it. It won't be a first down, or maybe it will be. He does get the first down. He caught it at the 32, and he got down to the 30. And so it's 1st and 10 for the Oilers from the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. Burrow. Short hitch. Pastorini throws. Burrow has it in stride. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Houston does it. Houston does it. They come all the way back. A 5-play drive for 68 yards, and it's a 1-score game again. So Frisch with the extra point. Renfro is back, and Frisch barely hooks it around the left. And so Pastorini was challenged, and with 9:23, we still got ourselves a football game. I did not expect this to turn in after the first quarter to be a 35-28 game. Frisch off the side of his foot, taken by Bell at the 15, 30, 35, 40. No, it's Anderson, pardon me, Larry Anderson, and he's hit at the 42 after a gain of 27. So after 4 straight Pittsburgh touchdowns, Pastorini hit Burrow for 30 yards. And Pastorini's now 10 of 18 for 192. Harris is back. Pittsburgh now could use some clock. Harris, sweep left from the 42, 44-yard line. Kiner makes the tackle. And that's 10 for Steve today. 2nd down and 8 from the Pittsburgh 44. Steelers 35, Oilers 28. 4th quarter, under 9 to go. Harris. Off tackle left from the 44. Across the 45. Legs move to the 48 before Kiner can knock him down again. 3rd down and 4 for the Steelers. 3rd and 4. 8 minutes to go. Clock running. Grossman on a short out. Bradshaw struggled with the snap. He dips it down to Grossman, who dropped it. Uh-oh, Randy Grossman, that's a legit drop. And so from midfield, Pittsburgh will punt. Colquitt back to punt. Houston will let this one roll. Good punt by Colquitt. And it's going to roll dead around the 10-yard line. A 42-yard punt. Houston, 7:38 to go in regulation time. They need 7. They might get it. 35-28 Pittsburgh. Renfro back in the game. Short hitch to Renfro is the call. Pastorini almost intercepted. Bum Phillips is sucking his teeth after that one. He got lucky. That should have been picked off. It wasn't, but it should have been. 2nd and 10. Campbell, trap right. And he gets nothing. Well, he gets about a yard. Anderson with it. They played the blitz. They did not key Campbell. But Campbell's the magic is kind of run out right now, and it's 3rd and 9. Barber. Medium slant is the call. Pastorini to throw it. He waits for Barber. He waits, and he overthrows him. And Jack Ham is hurt. He was grabbing his leg. He slowed and got up. He got up, but limped off the field. And reports from our sideline reporter, Emily the Cat, says he's gone for the game. And so Houston is forced to punt. That's the good news. But if they get the ball back, there's no Jack Ham in the middle. It will be Winston. Dennis Winston is in. Parsley back to punt from his end zone. Gets it away. Bell, high punt but short. Taking it midfield. 45, flag is down. Kiner with the tackle.
Receiving team.
Of course it is. Robin Cole. Oh, goodness, don't do that. Illegal block. So this is a good one for the Oilers. The Steelers start from their own 33. 35-28. Pittsburgh leads. 6:39 to go in the ballgame. Blyer. Trap left on 1st and 10. And he gets across the 35. Bethea with a stock. And now Reinfeld is hurt for Houston. The clock stops. 6.5 to go. Pittsburgh wants it to run. Harris, sweep left from the 37. 2nd and 6. Gets across the 40. Tries for the sideline. Kiner makes the tackle. Reinfeld's back. And Chuck Knoll kind of glares across, thinking that was just to stop the clock. Kiner has 13 tackles. Rocky Blyer, by the way, is the one that ripped open that hole. 3rd and 1. Harris. Off tackle right. They just want the 1st down. He's got it. And there's another fight on the field.
Defense. Number 38.
White
15-yard penalty.
And Harris,
First down.
or Whittington and Harris got into it. Baumgartner made a tackle, and I'm not sure what was said. It won't do any good to run the replay back. But Whittington, it was Blyer. He got into it with Blyer, and they both threw punches, but Whittington kind of stuck his fingers through the face mask like he was playing Curly from the Three Stooges. And that's 15 yards and an automatic ejection. So with 5:40 to go, it's 1st and 10 on the Houston 41. They'll exchange the clock stopping for 15 freebie yards. 3 penalties for Houston for 40 yards. So Whittington is gone. Oh, boy. You got to figure points is all Pittsburgh needs, but Jarella is not a strong field goal kicker. Harris, trap left from the 41, and he stood up right at the line by Steve Kiner. who's now made 14 tackles today. Steve Kiner has played a marvelous game of football. It may not be enough, but you can't say because he's the reason they lost. It's the second fight I've had in 2 weeks. Blyer. Trap left. 2nd and 10. He gets across the 40. Bethea will knock him down at the 36. A gain of 5. Clock running. Under 5 to go. 3rd and 5. Grossman. Short slant from Bradshaw. Back to throw it. Looks around. Finds nobody as Reinfeld gets a piece of it. And Pittsburgh is going to be forced to punt. And so Colquitt is going to try to do a sideliner job. Stands there. Flag is down. See. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a touchback. My wife's off to work. Love you, darling. Bye. And so Houston gets it at the 20-yard line with a chance to tie. They need a touchdown. A field goal won't help them. They have 4:06. They have 3 timeouts. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Oilers. You ready? So Terry Bradshaw, for all he's done today, may not have been enough. Renfro. Short hitch on 1st and 10. Pastorini looks around. He looks down to Barber instead, who's got it. 25-30, 1st down. A gain of 11. Donnie Shell with the tackle. Clock running, 3:57 to go. 1st and 10 from the Oiler 31. And Pastorini's now over 200 yards. Campbell, trap right. They're hoping he can break one for him. Steelers read that one like a good romance novel. Anderson made the tackle. Gain of nothing. 3:17. They go hurry up. Burrow. Medium cross from Pastorini. Pittsburgh blitzes. Pastorini is going to run. He gets it across the 30. He gets 2. Cole with the tackle. 3rd and 8. And right now, Houston really is in 4-down territory. Barber. Short hitch. Pastorini throws it, and Shell was all over Barber. And so it's 4th down. 2:31 to go. And now Bum Phillips wants to think about it. They're going to punt. They're going to punt. They're going to force the defense to hold Pittsburgh and maybe cause a turnover. The Steelers have turned it over 3 times. The Oilers 4. Parsley. Booms this one. Around the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh will try to return this. 25. And it's a gain of 3. Tim Wilson with a tackle. Reutershawn with a return. And from the Pittsburgh 24, 2:26, Oilers have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Blyer will sweep it right to the near side from the 24. 25-30, 1st down. That's not what Houston needed. Mike Webster ran roughshod, and Pittsburgh will go to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes left. 35-28. 1st and 10 Steelers. Houston has all 3 timeouts. A loss knocks Houston out of the playoff race. Harris will sweep it to the left. And he gets some yardage. Bethea with the tackle. It's a gain of 3, and Houston is forced to call their first timeout. Minute 57 left. Harris. On a dive. They want those first down. They want Houston to take those timeouts, and the legs keep moving. Kiner makes a stop, a gain of 3. 15 tackles for Steve Kiner. And it will be 3rd and 4 with 1 timeout left for Houston. And Pittsburgh is going to play for the 1st down. Medium cross to Swan. They're going to gamble here. Bradshaw looking, throws it. Swan's got it. Game's over. First down at the Houston 39-yard line. Stemrick with the tackle. And Pittsburgh is going to be an 11-win team in 1978. In fact, the computers have them as the best team in football. What a comeback on both sides. Houston was up big, and Pittsburgh is going to win this. So Krusek comes in with 93 seconds left. Thornton and Harris, the running backs. Thornton on a dive. Bradshaw is our MVP of the game. Culp with a tackle. Houston calls their last timeout. 47 seconds left. Dive play to Thornton again. And that should do it. It'll be third down, and it won't matter. No gain on the play. 43 seconds. Krusek will sneak it. And as long as he doesn't fumble, that's it. That'll do it. No pickup. Houston can't stop it, and that's the ball game. And so the Pittsburgh Steelers moved to 11-2-1 with a 35-28 win over the despondent Houston Oilers. It was not a good week for football in the state of Texas. Now, here's the injury situation. Wagner is out next week. L.C. Greenwood is out next week. Jack Ham is done for the regular season. He will return for the playoffs, and I'm sure Pittsburgh has clinched a spot by now. Scoring, it was at one point 21-7 Houston, and then back came the Steelers. Bradshaw, touchdown passes to Swan, Grossman, and then 2 to Stallworth. Gave him a 35-21 lead. Pastorini with 9:23 left hit Burrow, but that was as far as Houston got. Pittsburgh ran 40 times for 131 yards and had 373 net yards. And so our player of the game is Terry Bradshaw, 15 for 26 for 247 yards, 5 touchdown passes, and 1 sack and 1 interception. Yeah, the Steelers will be healthy for the playoffs. I didn't think they were all that great in the regular season, and they have peaked at the right time. So that's it for Week 14. The standings, Cleveland still has a shot at the division. The Steelers have scored 410 points and only allowed 218. So our top 5 power, Pittsburgh, New England, Dallas, Denver, and Kansas City. And that Kansas City-Denver game is at Denver. Do I have a power ranking? Yep. So here's how things line up as we head towards the playoffs. Pittsburgh, you can see the only ones that matter. It's Pittsburgh, New England, and Al's going, yep. Dallas is 3rd, Denver, KC 4, Washington is 4 and 5, Washington 6, Cleveland 7, San Diego 8, Miami 9, the Rams 10. And of the potential playoff teams left, Philadelphia 11. St. Louis can still sneak in. So can the Giants, the Saints. That tells you Chicago's at 16. You can't see that. There, now you can. Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit. And then you get down right to the bottom teams. But so there you go. Those are the power rankings. And so we'll talk to you Tuesday, at least on the football end, it's going to be, let's see, Minnesota at Detroit, one of those Saturday afternoon specials. And the feature game is Kansas City at Denver on Thursday, likely for the AFC Western Championship. So we'll have some good announcements for you next week. You get a tape basketball game tomorrow night, and then live basketball for you on Saturday. And for Retro Sports Network, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll talk to you soon.